Good morning, friends. This is Jelly Bean. Stay tuned because morning inspiration with friends is about to start. Grab your coffee or tea and tune in as my mommy inspires you. I'm going back to sleep, but you enjoy the message.
I don't know why, I just love that little AI. So cute. It makes me feel like Jelly Bean would really say that, as he did go back to sleep. Good morning, y'all. It's your girl Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration. This is Morning Inspiration with Friends. We are back. We are live. It is the first Wednesday of 2026. Sorry. Gotta moisturize my hands. So, quick update, quick announcement. I prayed on it. So, starting next week, we're only going to go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays would be replays. Um, One, we are recording a lot of content. So, the storage is very high, and I have to get my team and I to help clear out so that StreamYard won't go up in price. So for now, we're just gonna cut back one extra day. So yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, you'll see this would be like a live in 2026. And then anything on Tuesday and Thursdays would be pre-recorded. Okay, so it would be like Throwback Tuesday and it'd be a Throwback Thursday. So I just want to make that quick announcement because that's a very important note for now. Okay. So today I want to talk about visibility. So we spoke the other day um, about people's success not always being loud, right? Sometimes people's success is very, very quiet, discreet. They're there, they do what they got to do, and they go home, right? And so when we are thinking about this, people have this saying of, well, no one told me, I didn't know about this. I've never seen that before. I've never seen you do that before. They're telling you in a way you owe them some form of visibility of what you're doing. And I'm here to tell you that's not the case, right? Not everything needs to be shared. I'm in that season of my life right now. God is really keeping me quiet. Like there's things that I'm working on, there's things that are happening, and I haven't shared with anyone. My best friend, my boyfriend, no one. My sister, and no one. Not even Jelly Bean, right? I don't know who he gonna call and tell, but it's like sometimes you have to just go through a process and go through everything before you make any kind of announcements, right? So just because something is happening in your life doesn't mean that it needs an audience, right? This doesn't have to be a getting ready with me moment. Some things can really be a form of privacy, and that is going to give you your own self care. This is going to protect you from the people, the naysayers, the people that are doubting you, the people that are out here just stuck in their own ways. So that's why I need you to understand you don't need to share everything. Pray on it. God, who do I need to share this with? Who can I trust in this season? Whether they're gonna pray for you, whether they're gonna give you wise counsel. Like there's just so many different ways of why we would think about that. But if you're not getting the yes, it's time for you to share, then don't share it. Right? That's the first thing. Don't share it. Everything doesn't need to be shared. Whatever you're working on right now, don't make a post about it. Don't post about it. Don't tell your friends about it. Don't tell your man, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband. Work on it. Get it solid. Get it in. Get it done. And then you can reappear. Right? You can reappear and be like, hey, this is what I've been working on. This was the outcome of it. People do not always need to know because you got to remember, we don't know people's intentions. And the one thing I've experienced is that sometimes when you tell people these things, they're going to go into their own prayer and try to pray against it. And if that's not what you desire, this is how we have to help ourselves to move forward. So the second thing is that just because you're quiet doesn't mean that you're stagnant. Right? If they feel like you're stagnant because you are quiet, that is a personal problem for them to take up. But if you know that in this season you are being quiet, that means that you are working on things, you're getting things done. That's all that you need to focus on. Because we understand being quiet doesn't mean nothing is happening. It just means that you are being very intentional in who you are sharing this stuff with. You are being very intentional as to what you are focusing on in this particular season. So don't allow anyone to make you feel as though that because you are quiet and you're not sharing anything, that you are stagnant and that you are stuck, because that's not the truth. That's far from the truth. And you know that. They just want to know what you're up to. So, like I said before, so that they can start to insert their own doubts, their own disbelief. Like, it's just so many different things that I have seen people do because they don't have anything going on. And this is when I encourage you, if you are the kind of person that's sitting around, and you're looking at people's posts and you're looking at people that and you're like, you just quiet, you ain't over there doing anything. Then that means it's time for you to focus on something for yourself. What do you need to be doing? This is how we redirect people into operating in their purpose, because now the focus needs to shift back to you. Maybe it's time for you to get quiet and work on something, because somebody else does not deserve you don't owe them your own visibility. So once we start owning our visibility and start realizing that outside external people, whether that's family, friends, social media, or the strangers on the street, we don't owe them anything. We don't owe them anything. You can sit in your house and create a master plan and then pop out. We see many artists do this. How many times has Beyonce went quiet on people and then popped out and was like, in 2 days, an announcement, and all her fans are like, oh my gosh, and she pops out with a brand new album. Some people can take heed from that lesson. And this is not about, and this is the part that irritates me, because I'll use that kind of example and there'll always be people, see, I don't follow Beyonce. I need y'all to focus on the principles. Take the principles. You don't have to worry about what the person is doing. What is the principle? And the principle that we can take from her that she's really good at is get quiet, go on your 3-month Mediterranean vacation with your children and your husband, and then pop out with a brand new album, and that everybody is like, well, I wasn't even expecting that. That's perfect. That means that you are doing exactly what you're supposed to do. We don't need her visibility. No one needs that, right? The last thing is that when you are building your privacy in your life, you're actually building your confidence. And the reason why I say that is because so many people are leaning towards people's confirmation and approval before they start believing in themselves. So this is the reason why a lot of people do share. Not all. If you're not that person, I understand. But there are some people, that's the reason why they do share, because they want to get their feedback. They want to see how they feel about this. This is why, if you guys don't know, I moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma from New York City 2 years ago, right? When I applied to that program, I did not tell anyone. I just applied, I prayed, and I let it go. And then it was after everything started to move that I started to fill people in. I started to tell my family, so let me tell you what I did. And they were like, wait, so you already did it? So there was no moments where for them to be like, I don't think you should go. I don't think you should apply. You sure about this? I was not allowing that. I stood confident in my decision. I stood confident in knowing that New York City at that time, and still to this day, it's not the place for me. And I have to move confidently in knowing that God is going to lead me in the right place. I didn't have to perform for anyone. I didn't have to take their opinions to heart and start doubting myself and then get upset because, they said that they don't think I should do it. And now I don't do it. And I'm sitting here probably still being in New York, frustrated, mad, and angry. For what? So when you stop performing, that means that you are trusting yourself more. You're not looking for their validation. You don't care about their opinion. You know that this is what you're supposed to do and you're standing firm in it. And that's where your confidence is going to build. So I don't want you to need their validation. I want you to build that inner strength within yourself. Build that inner clarity for yourself so that you can move forward and go out there and do the things that you know that you're supposed to do. So this is a time, and this might be a perfect time, the first month of the calendar year, to go into that hibernation, right? Although it is the new year, I don't believe that the new year actually starts until spring. So you still got time. You still got time to go into that hibernation mode and start realizing, what is it that I'm supposed to do? Get quiet about it. Don't tell anyone, and build that confidence. So when you step out, people are going to be like, wow, this is a whole new person. They're not even going to be able to identify you. And guess what? That's fine. Some things grow better without commentary. You don't owe people an update. This is not a project management situation. Okay? You don't owe people explanations and you don't owe them access. But the one thing that you owe yourself is peace. You owe yourself peace. And anytime that we are going into a new season, we're reshaping into something new, you need that peace. So don't allow anyone to force you into visibility prematurely, knowing that you're not ready to go out there yet. It's not the time. It's not yet. Let them have the feelings that they're going to have, because they are going to have them. And I am a person, I'm here to testify multiple times, many times this has happened in my life. And when I tell people, only thing that it did was frustrate me. Last thing I'm going to tell you. So in 2022, December 2022, I applied for this job back in New York at a college. It was a director's position. And it was a director of online learning. So I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, I might have to be on campus once a week, maybe twice a week, because it's online. All the staff that I'll be working with will be online. And I had a feeling not to take this job, but I just still applied. I went through the process. By the time I got through the second interview, I already had it in my heart, like, because by that time they already let me know that this was going to require being in person every single day. And I was just like, guys, I'm from New York City. I don't like the commute, right? And so I said to myself, all right, God, you let me know what I'm supposed to do. So they offered me the job, really nice salary. Again, only downfall is having to go into the office every day, 5 days a week. And that was the only thing. And at the end, I just really felt in my stomach, this was not the place. And I do believe that God also did that, because I probably would not have been open to moving to Tulsa if I had taken that job. But that's neither here or there. So I sat, and I remember telling one of my close colleagues, who's like a mentor to me. And I was like, yeah, I turned down the job. And they were like, why would you do that? Call and see if you can get the job back, because I think you need to take this job. And they were just putting all of their fears, all of their worries onto me. And I'm like, I can't do this, right? And I was happy that I made that decision before I went to someone else, because as always, because again, I'll hear God very clearly. I'll hear him clearly. And it could be a clear no. And when you talk to people, they're telling you a loud yes. Their loud yes, I'm not going to oversee that for with God, right? I'm not. Like, no, God, I'm not going to stop listening to you just because their yes is loud. You told me a very clear no. And so when I told them that, they were very frustrated, but I had so much peace. And that's all that matters. I had peace. Their feelings, I could not do anything with them. Their opinions, I didn't have to accept them. I said no, and that was it. And then here we saw 6 months later, I was applying to move to Tulsa, and then in November, I was moving to Oklahoma. So sometimes you have to realize we have to take our path, because we don't know what the future is going to hold. So if you say yes to something that you're not supposed to, it can really prevent you and stop you from going where you're supposed to go and do the things that you're supposed to do. So just trust yourself, right? That's the key thing out of all of this. Trust yourself. Okay? So I am your girl, Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration. I'm going to stop here right now. If you want to connect with me, you see down below, you can connect with me on my TikTok. I'm doing a lot of things over there with TikTok, Miss Inspiration 25. You can also follow me at Tanisha Shanae on Instagram. You can go to my link down below in the description if you want to work with me. I have an upcoming Google Workspace class that's going to happen in February. I'm about to add a Microsoft Excel, because a lot of people do. Oh, if you're new here, I'm also an educator. I teach a lot of computer software skills, and I'm going to start adding more practical computer software skills so that people can utilize these skills to get the job. And my ultimate thing is for you to keep the job. So I will start adding more courses, but right now, the last last 2 Saturdays will be the first boot camp that's already scheduled. So you can sign up. You can go to my link tree. You can register there as well. And then you can look at everything else that I'm doing, my books, my ebooks. I don't have an online community right now, but you can check everything out on my link tree. But make sure you come back. I'll be back here live on Friday. But tomorrow is a replay, so it'll be a really good message. So don't skip that. Don't skip tomorrow's message. But we're definitely here again live in 2026 on Friday. Okay. But I love you guys. Have an awesome day today. Wherever you are in the country or in the world, I hope you are doing great. I hope you are staying safe. And I extend that also to your family. I love you. God loves you. Be well and be blessed.
Wow. Tanisha, that was a powerful message. I hope everyone was blessed by today's message. Listen, if you are not tuned in, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Meet us for morning inspiration with friends every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. ish CT time. See you next time, friend.